Hi friends, welcome to GMK tutorials. So please subscribe our videos and share to your friends also. So today we are going to discussing about what is human learning. It is a part of the machine learning. So generally human learning means that we can define in the cognitive science, learning is typically referred as process of gaining information through observation. So human learning means it is a process of gaining information through observation. That means if you are observing something, from that you can gain some information. Suppose if you are seeing one object, so from that observation we have some clarity. It is a ball, it is a chair, it is a water bottle, it is a pen, it is a paper, like that. So this is just a learning process. And why do we need learn? So let us see here. In our daily life, we need to carry multiple activities. It may be any kind of the simple task, or it may be walking in the street, or suppose if you are doing any kind of the homework also. As well as it may be some complex task like deciding angle in which rocket should be launched so that it can have a particular trajectory. Suppose in the rocket applications also, suppose if we want to launch the rocket, we needed some particular trajectory to perform a particular launch of the rocket also. At that time, we needed some information regarding the launching of the rocket also. So in the previous information is also very helpful in the launching the particular rocket to take some kind of the precautions in the particular point of a task also. As well as to do a task in a proper way, we need to have a prior information to things related to the particular task. That means if you want to performing a task in a better way, or maybe a proper way, or maybe effective way, we need some prior information regarding the particular task. As well as we have to keep more and more information related to the particular task. Obviously the efficiency of the doing work is also very effective. That means we can improving the task very effective manner, or else we can performing the task also very better way also. So for example, with the more knowledge, the ability to do homework with the less number of mistakes, right? Suppose if you are performing the homework means that if you are performing more and more information regarding the homework, or maybe if you are more and more information related to the task, we are not committed to many mistakes. Just with a small number of mistakes only, we can complete the task very effective well also. So in the same similar kind of the rocket launching also, previous information is also very helpful to the particular point of view to perform the task in a very effective manner. So rocket launchers helps to taking the right precautions and make a more successful rocket launch. So that's why it is also very effective. So coming to the types of human learning. So how the human can learn the information. So in that context, we have a different three types of processes are there. That is nothing but, first one is nothing but thinking institutionally. Human learning helps to in three ways. So generally human learning helps in three ways. That is nothing but, first one is nothing but either somebody who is expert in the subject directly teaches us. Suppose the learning process in this scenario, the person who is expert in the particular field, he teaches us. Suppose if you are taking a parent, parent teaches to the parent told to the teachers her children. So it is a ball. So that means the children knows the information regarding the corresponding thing by his parents or her parents. So that is nothing but one way. That means here in this scenario, expert directly teaches us. Second scenario is nothing but we build our own notation indirectly based on what we learn from the expert in our past. That means in this scenario, the expert teaches the information in the past. So based on the past information, now we are going to learn new things. That is the second way of learning, human learning process. In the third scenario, we do it ourselves after multiple attempts in some. So in this scenario, what happens in the third scenario means that we are learning the corresponding information, or we are knowing the information by performing the multiple tasks or multiple attempts on the particular task. We can gain some information. These are the three ways human learning performing in the general scenario, right? So I hope it is clear up to now, right? So now move on to the next one. So learning under the expert guidance. So this is just some of the case study slides. So see here, it is also learning under the expert guidance. So let us see here, learning starts from his guidance. He calls his hand is because that is the information he gets from his parents, right? As well as the sky is also blue to him because that is what his parents have taught to him. That means in our childhood also our parents told to us that is the sky is in blue color. So that information known from our parents only. That is the one way of learning. And so that is here the parent is the expert to know information related to the particular thing. So from that expert, we know that information by the parent or maybe by the expert in the field. So that is generally called a learning under the expert guidance. Okay. The second scenario, let us see in the second example. Suppose if this baby starts going to school. In this scenario, in the school the baby starts basic familiarization of the alphabets and digits. Then the baby learns how to form the words from the alphabets and the numbers from the digits. So here the baby starts going to the school. In the schooling itself, the teachers taught to him or her like the basic alphabets and digits. So from that information, the child forms the numbers and words like this. As well as slowly more complex learning happens in the form of sentences, paragraphs, and the complex mathematics and science, etc. from the basics of the course. As well as the baby can learn all the things from his teacher who already has knowledge on these areas. So here the baby can learn all the things from his teacher who already has a knowledge on these areas. As well as then the starts higher studies where the person learns about more complex application oriented skills, like engineering students get skilled in one of the disciplines like civil engineering, computer science, electrical, machine learning, etc. Medical students learn about anatomy, psychology, physiology, pharmacy, etc. So in this scenario, the expert person is nothing but the professor, who is expert in the corresponding field. He teaches to his her students in the corresponding subjects. So that is a way, right? So these are some of the information related to this one, right? There are some experts in the teachers. These are all the similar examples for the respective topic, right? So next, move on to the next one. That is nothing but learning guided by knowledge gained from the expert. So this is a second scenario. In this scenario, what happens is that an essential part of the learning also happens with the knowledge which has been imparted by the teacher or mentor at the time in the some other from the context. So in this scenario, what happens is that in this scenario, you have some knowledge gained from the teacher or mentor from your past. So from the basics of the past information, now we are going to learn something new by observing the things or maybe performing multiple tasks. So it is a one way of example. So let us see here in this example, a baby can group together all objects of the same color even if his parents have not specifically taught him to do so. Suppose if the child is sitting over in the floor at that in that near to her or him, so many balls are there. So the baby starts grouping the same color of the balls, keep one side, and the other group of balls in the other side. In that scenario, actually the parent is not taught to him to do particular task. Here she knows or her knows the information. The baby knows the information in the past, and his parents or her parents thought that it is a blue color ball, it is a red color ball, it is a green color. So from that basic information, he starts doing particular task because of the he knows that information in the past by his parents or her parents. So that is the one way. So a grown-up kid can select one of the odd word from the set of words because of it is a verb or noun that is taught by his parents. That parents by or maybe elders or brothers or maybe teachers, right? So that is a one way of. So that is nothing but second way of example. In the third scenario, third one is nothing but learning by self. The third way of human learning is nothing but learning by self. The self-learning means that obviously we know that here no one is there, just we have to know that information regarding the particular task or anything by performing the multiple operations or multiple trials and a particular task. From that experience, you have to know that information related to the task. So that is a simple, right? So in many situations, humans are left to learn their own. So a classic example in this one, a baby learns walking through the obstacles. Generally in the childhood also, baby starts walking without any kind of the taught by the parents or maybe elders and brothers. Just he starts his walking by take the support of the obstacle and he starts walking. That is the best way of example. In that scenario, he falls down so many times on the things and like that, and again he starts practicing in the walking through obstacles also, as well as he bumps on the obstacles and falls down multiple times till he learns that whether there is an obstacle. He needs to cross the overheat. He faces the same challenge while learning to ride a cycle as a kid or drive a car as an adult. So like as well as in our childhood also, he starts learning bicycles at that time. So many times we fall down from the bicycle also. So in that scenario, no one is there deciding you to teach or to drive to tell the regarding the particular task. In that scenario, just you are practicing the corresponding task by so many times. You can know the information related to the particular thing or maybe particular task only. So these are the three different ways how human learning can perform. Simply in Telugu also human learning అనేది మనం 3 ways లో నేర్చుకుంటాం. ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఏం చేస్తాం అంటే బేసిక్గా ఎవరైతే ఎక్స్పర్ట్ ఉంటారో ఆ ఫీల్డ్లో అతని దగ్గర నుంచి నేర్చుకుంటాం. సెకండ్ కేసులో ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఎక్స్పర్ట్ ఎప్పుడో నేర్పించుంటాడు, ప్రీవియస్గా నేర్చుకున్న ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ నుంచి ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ బేసిక్గా తీసుకొని మనం మళ్ళీ కొత్తగా నేర్చుకోవటం. దట్ ఈస్ ద సెకండ్ వే ఆఫ్ లెర్నింగ్. థర్డ్ వే ఆఫ్ లెర్నింగ్లో ఏం చేస్తామంటే ఎవరు చెప్పరు, మనమే ఒక దాని గురించి చాలా ట్రయల్స్ వేసి దాని మీద చాలా ఆపరేషన్స్ చేయడం కానీ దాని గురించి తెలుసుకోవడం కానీ దాన్ని డైరెక్ట్ టాస్క్ పర్ఫామ్ చేయడం వల్ల మనకున్న ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ని బేస్ చేసుకొని నేర్చుకోవడం. దట్ ఈస్ ద థర్డ్ వే ఆఫ్ లెర్నింగ్. దీన్ని బేసిక్గా హౌ హ్యూమన్ లెర్నింగ్ అనేది ప్రాసెస్ జరుగుతుంది, జస్ట్ వే ఆఫ్ explanation. So thank you for watching GMK tutorial guys.